We just passed 1,500 hours on our Kubota skid steer. Brought it in the shop this morning. I have all these filters want to change. The other day I took the plates off the bottom of it and rinsed the inside out, so it's pretty clean. We'll get started with the engine oil. Got our drain right there. We'll have to take this little plate off the bottom. It's nice to have a piece of cardboard to lay down on. So they have these bolted on the bottom, and the problem is we sometimes scrape against stuff. You can see how damaged that bolt is. I can't use a socket on that. I guess I'll use a vice grip to grab it. We're not going to make the same mistake we did last time and start draining the coolant, which was one of these two. So I don't know if you could hear that, but I just heard a cow. Sounds like she's struggling to have a calf. So I'll let this drain. We can go check this cow. That's that cow right there, 931. It's the first calf heifer. Just like to make sure calf's not backwards. And it looks like this front leg's there, so I'm just gonna let her go. Let her try a little bit longer. If she needs help, we can help her. With it being her first calf, those are the ones that we have to help sometimes, a little bit more often. So I'm gonna change this oil filter now while it's draining. A little YouTuber pro tip here: don't show yourself putting oil in the gasket. That way you'll get a lot more engagement, more comments on your video. Oil's still draining there, so we can move on to the hydraulic filter that's here, and then we'll get that fuel filter. Yep, she had it on her own. She did really well. Might have been 10 minutes since I checked on her. She pushed it right out. It's awesome. It's a bull calf. That's best case scenario. They have them on their own. We don't have to assist at all. That's what we like to see. Oh, girl. See, she stepped right on it there. What are you doing? We'll let her lick it off. We'll give her some warm water. They like to drink warm water. We'll milk that cow then this afternoon, feed the calf the mom's milk. So that calf will end up selling, but we'll make sure it gets colostrum so it gets off to a good start. Ready to put engine oil back in here. So I got this, it's called the oil separator element, and I'm pretty sure it's this thing right here. I'm not sure what to do. It's covered in this foil stuff. Can't really remove it without cutting it off of there. So I didn't have to do it to this point because you're supposed to do it at 1,500 hours. Not sure if I should be removing that, or yeah, I guess I'll let it go for now. If somebody knows, let me know in the comments. It'd be helpful. So everything's done back here except the air filters. got 2 cab filters, and this is a hydraulic oil filter that's underneath the cab. So I just had this up the other day, cleaning this all out. It's really nice to be able to wash this area out with the seat lifted up out of the way. That'll wrap it up. Ran it a little bit, nothing's leaking. So we're good to go. Something cool we got in the skid loader recently, backup camera. Just got the monitor right there. One thing with skid loaders is you can't see right behind you very well. And it's really nice having that camera. It's just for safety. If a little kid is walking behind, and now with my kids starting to walk around, it's nice to have that little bit of peace of mind when you're going to back up. Dad just went and picked up a load of calf feed at the mill. He's gonna unload that, and then we're gonna work on a light in the special needs pen. We just left the calf in the pen with the cow for a bit. I'm thankful it wasn't hurt. She kind of stepped straight on it there. I'm gonna move the calf over to that pen now, separate them, and we'll put the cow in the special needs pen so she can be milked. Holstein cows aren't usually very protective of their calves. Certain breeds of cattle, you'd have to be a little bit careful when you're in the pen with them because they might come after you. But this one's acting a little bit more rambunctious than most cows would act. But then again, she also steps straight on her calf, so I don't know if she's a great mom or not. All the lights in our barn are switched over to LEDs except this one right here. Still has the old-fashioned bulbs in it. Okay, hold it. Now forward a little bit. We'd already pulled the bulbs out of this one. Just need to take these out and just direct wire it, get rid of the ballast that's in there. Just cut all the wires off the ballast there, and gonna send the black wire to all the wires at the one end of the light, and then the white wire to the wires on the opposite side. Yep, it's good. I guess the next order of business is going to be mow a little bit of yard. We have this Toro Titan Max mower. It's been running well for us. Dad enjoys mowing. He usually mows a lot of the yards around the farm, but I do some mowing. last week we were trying to collect our tissue samples for genomic testing, and the app wasn't up to date, so I had to stop. Finishing that up today now. We got all the ones in the heifer barn we needed. Now I just got to get all these calves. I'm gonna try to stay on top of this job a little bit more so that I don't have to get them while they're in the heifer barn. It's nice to get them when they're a little younger. Just taking a small piece out of the ear to send off to a lab. And then we let smart people go to work and they can give us some information on how productive cows they'll end up being. We found it to be pretty helpful information. We've been doing it for over 10 years now. This app has all the heifers that we need to get samples from. So the next animal is number 80. And that'll be number 584. Just want to make sure it matches up so they get the right sample with the right animal. And just hit OK. I got all the samples collected, so we'll mail these off and they'll send the results to us. They'll be on our farm computer in a few weeks probably. The main number we look at is the net merit dollars on each animal. They have a way to predict how profitable an animal is going to be based on milk production and longevity. There's a lot of factors that it considers. I honestly have no idea how they can figure that out just looking at the DNA, but we found it to be pretty accurate. Sometimes we have to sell some heifers, so we'll look at those numbers, sell some of the lower ones, and then when we go to breed them, we'll look at those to decide what to breed them with. We found it to be worth the investment. We think it's like $20 some an animal to do. I'm gonna wrap this video up now. See, the alfalfa there is gonna be ready to go next week. This rain's really helping it grow now. So see you guys later.